This is a lot easier for me than typing or text typing. Technology sucks. Ace Frehley was like, technology. I'm into technology. Anyway, the Tom, what's that guy's name? The Tom interview with Ace Frehley and Kiss in the Dynasty era. That was hilarious. Anyway, the Wild Dogs' first album kicks ass. It has great songs. It was put together with each song was, we focused on every song a long time, right? And because we had no deadline and really we had nothing but a recording studio class to go play for, and that's it. We had no pressure. Nothing was expected. We weren't trying to be a band. We weren't trying to be heavy metal. And I was a punk rocker, man. Came from the Longaby scene with the Rude Awakening and Ravers band. And I played with, the Malchicks and Billy Rancher and Chris Newman, the Untouchables and the Balloons and the Odds with Dwayne Jarvis. And, all these guys became legends in their own thing. And I got a chance to play with, what happened was the drummer shot somebody on a TriMet bus, the drummer for the Ravers, after the record was out, and I had all these gigs set up. Well, he couldn't do them because he was in jail. And I never talked to him again. I don't know what happened to Brad Simpson, so if you do, let me know. So Mick Zane had been a friend of mine since 1978. He said, "Hey, Hawk," because he called me Hawk because my hair got burned up in a flash pot accident by Mike DeBellis, who was playing a joke on me. He's dead now. Oops. Don't fuck with me. And he got hit while he was riding his bike home from a bar. It was like 5 blocks away. Bummer. So he called me Hawk. We had that band, Rude Awakening, that played all, the original metal stuff, Scorpions and Judas Priest, Sad Wings of Destiny and Rock-a-Rolla. And Rush, the singer, could sing anything. He was great. Bill Riley, who was supposed to be the Wild Dogs singer, but he didn't. I don't think he didn't want to do it. I don't think he liked Jeff. But so my favorite songs of the first album are all of them. Mine are the weakest one, Life is a Game. But, Evil in Me is a champion song. I wrote all the lyrics except for Tonight Show. And all my lyrics in every song is based on a real life experience that I saw or saw happening or whatever. And by the second album, we got some reviews and, you got to get rid of that singer. And then when we played live, that's coming later. We played with Pete Holmes. He wrote really good songs. Those songs never came out on an album. I was thinking about putting it out on vinyl, but the market's just too small for what we do. So they are on the CD versions, the final edition CDs. The first Wild Dogs record has the first songs that we recorded with Pete Holmes, and there's like 4 or 5 of them. And then by Man's Best Friend, Jeff had decided, people took notice and we should try and change our style so we can please the people who are who are never going to like us. And they didn't care what they had to do to, and I'm talking about Danny and Jeff and later Dean, to be on a major label like Black and Blue. Well, we weren't that kind of band. Number one, I wasn't. We had a good thing going, but that's why integrity is most important. All you youngsters out there. Metallica didn't change style till later because the guy who wrote the great songs was gone. But let's see. I like a lot of songs on the Man's Best Friend album, but the original ones were a lot more raw. And those demos, we were going to record the album at Jeff's house, but the demos I put on the Wild Dogs Man's Best Friend final edition, so you could see what it was like before Mike Varney got a hold of us and tried to make us Def Leppard and trying to turn us into something we really weren't. And, Believe in Me is a song all about that. And they wouldn't do a cover of Ace of Spades. And so I said, I'm starting to talk like walking. I wouldn't do a cover of Ace of Spades. And I said, here, I got a song. let's do this one. It's it's identical to Ace of Spades, and we did it, and it was a great tune, and living on the streets, because we were recording all the time. A lot of those songs were written before we found Dean, and Dean came really late to the party. Let me put it that way. After Malice and Black and Blue had moved to L.A., that's when Kip actually found Dean. Kip Doran, the Evil Genius guitarist, who sounds like Michael Schenker. And he said, you guys got to go see this. And Jay was living at my house at the time, so we all went down to Eli's, or Enio's, I think it was called at the time, and saw Dean playing in the band called The Enemy with Rick Bartell, who later plays on the Reign of Terror record. And now they're all enemies. Kind of funny, huh? But let's see, there's a lot of good songs on both those albums, but the best songs are on the first album, and I sell them on CD at US Metal Records, usmetal.com, and I put out everything because, hey, nobody else is, and my whole thing is to be famous after I die, and why not? Because even Van Gogh didn't realize his big time until he was gone for a long time. And who's that other Italian guy who did the big big arms thing? Let's see. Yeah, well, it took him 200 years before people took him serious. It'll probably take me 3. So anyway, yeah, these are great records, and I don't know. I just don't. Vinyl is there's so much. You can buy a Wild Dogs Reign of Terror album that's that's still sealed up for like $4.99 on eBay, and I think the Wild Dogs first record tops out at about $29. It's not a super collectible, right? So each LP costs $15 to make in the quantities I want to make, because we only sold 700 copies of the first 2 original ones with no repressing, so I'm not going to waste it. Okay, anyway, thank you, and thanks James, and thanks both James and Brett, and he's over there. I'll see you later. I'm Matt McCourt, and well, thanks for liking the band. I'm flourishing in obscurity. That's the name of the book that's going to come out here pretty soon. I think the guy's just waiting for me to die so we can have an ending to it. Hey, I did 120 hours of interviews. All the dirt on everybody. It's really, if I'm not dead before it happens, there'll probably be death threats after, because nobody comes out clean in this one. Cheers.